Hey guys, Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Today, we're going to show you how to do an amazing tri-tip, but reverse sear on the Weber Genesis gas grill. So let's dig in and let's get our prep done first, because we want to get this all seasoned and soaking and doing its thing before we head out and get the grill started. Ingredient-wise, today we're going to start off with a 2.5 pound prime tri-tip, very well marbled. We have one little piece of trim to do, but for the most part, this is ready to go. Now, today we're going to use bacon up bacon grease as our binder, and then, we have a lot of different rubs and sauces available at your local Ace, but Zowie. Today we are going to use our Ace exclusive Zowie rub. That is going to be a hot and spicy rub, going to give this a lot of flavor. We're going to use our Weber Snap Check to keep track of temperature today, but this is going to be a tasty one. We used a thin-bladed boning knife to get the last little bit of trim done, and now we're going to kick off with a little bit of bacon up bacon grease. And I love using this as a binder because it just adds some amazing, deep, rich, wonderful flavor. And we'll go ahead and do this on the top side and season the top, and then we'll go ahead and do this on the back side as well. We'll go ahead now and grab that Zowie. That is that hot and spicy rub. And we're just gonna lay a nice layer on there like we do here. And then I like to go through, kind of pack it on there just a little bit as well. Make sure we get it everywhere and get this all covered. We'll repeat the same process on the backside. And then guess what? We're gonna go ahead and let this sit, and I'll head out and meet you at the grill. We'll get the grill started. We'll go ahead and open the grill. We've got our grill grates all clean. Now, we are going to start off today at 300 degrees indirect. So what I'm going to do is turn on burner number 1. We will get that ignited and ready to go, and we'll turn on burner number 2 and get that ignited and ready to go. Now, we're going to use these two burners and adjust them accordingly to keep that grill temperature right at 300 degrees. We went ahead and adjusted our dials, and we are sitting right at 300 degrees. It is time to load it in. Now, guess what? This burner is not on because we are cooking indirect today. So we're going to go ahead and put that tri-tip right over here on the indirect side. We've got these two burners fueling the heat for it. Now, we are going to track with our Weber Snap Check right there. We're going to keep tracking this temperature, and we are going to take this up to 105 degrees internal before we fire everything up, get a beautiful sear. We'll come back in 30 minutes and give it a check. Here we are right at 30 minutes, and let's go ahead and get a temperature check. We are right at 95 degrees. Now, we're looking for 110 degrees or so before we turn this up, so we're gonna let this go for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and check temp and see if it's time for a sear. All right, here we are right after that additional 15 minutes, so total time 45 minutes. We're gonna pull this off. We have reached 110 internal. We're gonna pull it off, let it sit, and now we're gonna turn all the burners on, bring this grill up to 550 degrees so we can sear it off. We just reached 550 degrees. Let's go ahead and get that on. Now, we are using the sear zone today, but if you don't have a sear zone, don't sweat it. 550 degrees is going to be the temperature. Now, I'm gonna be actively grilling, so I'm leaving the grill open. We are gonna get this a nice hot sear. Let's go ahead and give this a check after 3 minutes. We have some beautiful marks. We'll go ahead and turn it and let it go for a couple more minutes. I think we're probably gonna end up being about 5 minutes aside on the sear. And our doneness temperature today, I'm looking at about 125 degrees internal temp. We'll come back in a couple more minutes, give it a flip. Okay, after 5 minutes on the first side, oh, look at that. We're gonna go ahead and flip it. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll let it go about 3 minutes on this side, and then we'll rotate it in 3 minutes. All right, we went ahead and opened the grill. We rotated this. Now we're in the last couple minutes of cooking. Let's check our temp, and we are sitting right at, look at that, 125 degrees. So we'll go ahead and pull this off now. We're gonna let it rest, and I will see you in the kitchen. One of the questions I get quite a bit is, why do I need to rest my meat? So we're gonna leave this alone now for about 5 minutes and let it rest. And what's gonna happen is that temperature will rise a little bit. We call that carryover cooking. Then it will level out, and then it will just kind of settle and maintain temperature. Also, the juices redistribute as well, making this absolutely wonderful, delicious, and retains as much moisture as we can. So we'll let it rest for about 5 minutes. We'll see you here when it's time for the reveal. If you remember when we pulled this, we pulled it at 125 degrees. Let's check out what it rested to. Look at that. This rested to 134 degrees. So it did carry over about 9 degrees. We always say that when you rest it and carry over cooking, that is what is going to finish at. So we pulled it a little bit early, but let it finish right on the spot. Are you ready for the reveal? Let's cut in here and see how we did there. What do you think? Not too shabby at all. That is amazing tri-tip. Now, the best thing about this too, sandwiches, goes great on grilled items, goes great with salad, even goes great with potatoes and more. Done. Well, what do you think? Not too shabby. Total cook time was 45 minutes of indirect cooking, right? And then that reverse sear happened, and that took us about another, 10 minutes? So not too shabby at all, about an hour to get some amazing tri-tip. Zowie is right, because this has got a ton of flavor. Now, if you're looking for something delicious to go along with this, stay tuned, because coming up, I have a great corn video that you don't want to miss out on. Cheers. Zowie, that's good.